Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to take a look at the market. The market's doing or rebounded very well. A lot of things in the green. Basic attention tokens up 5%, Uniswap's up 4%, Cardano's up 7%. Anything else notable? XRP is up 5%, and this is all against Bitcoin, mind you. The US dollar value is obviously different because Bitcoin as well is up 3.15% today. And well, what's causing this green day for the market, or at least for the majority of the market? Well, you can attribute it to the bounce, and the bounce that we did have was right on the 50-day moving average. We were talking about how we're looking at the different moving averages. One was the 20-day, which we broke. The other one was the 50-day, which we were actually on. And then the third target that we were looking at, if the dump continued, was $45,000, which is the last local low for Bitcoin in the recent charts. But today we Bitcoin decided to bounce off the 50-day, and so this is I think this is more confident and more bullish than say bouncing off of the lower level of 45. People are still willing to buy at these prices to prop up the price of Bitcoin, and because of that confidence, and we see that affect the rest of the market, where we see altcoins like Cardano that are also extremely overextended, still rallying. Now, it's not to the extent of where it was at the end of February, but nonetheless, we're still seeing a macro move up, right? Like even if you don't consider this, you could see a general trend of upwards movement from the coin. So there you go. It's that I would try to just simplify it to that extent. Don't need to really read into it all that further. And again, much like I said when we were down, us being at $52,000, $53,000 right now isn't necessarily something that's significant. Something so significant that it's going to change the course of Bitcoin. No, we're just kind of meandering through this range here. What would be decisive is if Bitcoin decides to continue the rally, and if history is to repeat itself, um, once we bounced off the 50-day, or once we rallied back above the 20-day moving average, like the last two times, it has resulted in a new all-time high. Now, I wouldn't take this concept and in 3 years time, when Bitcoin has capitulated or whenever it does, and then we see it come back above the 20-day, do not assume that it's immediately going to make a new all-time high. I just use all-time high. It's because we're around that area where every like a 10-15% move from the price right now would result in a new all-time high, right? So keep that in mind, and that's simply why I'm using the term. And the chart, since January, has shown that once it breaks above the 20-day, or when it makes a pretty convincing bounce off the 50-day, it results in a new all-time high. Things to keep in note is that the rallies are getting smaller. Okay, much like what we see here, the rallies are getting smaller from bottom to top. And so because of that, don't expect another 93% move over a course of a couple months, or not even a month. This is half a month. Okay, so don't necessarily think about that. And I also don't think that it's going to be 22%. I'm just draw bringing out the price increases of the last two, just to show that they are decreasing, and it's probable that it will continue to decrease. So we might maybe see like a $65,000 Bitcoin, like what I said in my previous video. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, because we are in Friday. There's 3 more days left. Uh, Usually the weekend is, uh, you know, not as liquid, and not a lot of trading volume as compared to, say, the weekday, but uh, we should still take a look at the Bitcoin dominance and kind of see where we will land at the end of the week. And usually around Friday, at the end of Friday, is kind of where the area we'll see. Now we haven't seen um, like over the weekends. It used to be that around that time, all coins made a move. So that is also another possibility. I mean, Basic Attention Token had some pretty good Saturdays and Sundays. Uh, and with that said, the Bitcoin dominance is at 60.63% dominance. It can range, but the important part is that we're still below the 140-week moving average. We will continue to monitor the 140-week moving average to ensure that the dominance is below that moving average. Why? Because the last bubble for altcoins here, we treated that as support and we bounced off of it. And here we are, we broke through it. And if um, this moving average is to be any significance, we should see a continuation of a drop because we broke through it, which in turn means that altcoins still have rooms to grow. And that includes the larger cap altcoins too. If you really want to see significant drops, like say what we saw in January, these three weekly candles, you're gonna have to see Ethereum, Cardano, um, you know, Bitcoin Cash. I think Bitcoin Cash is still top 10. Uniswap was top 10. The larger cap altcoins will be putting up pretty big numbers, and that's how we'll see a big drop in Bitcoin dominance. Like VeChain rallying 20% is great, but it's not going to put a dent into the Bitcoin dominance. We got to see Ethereum and XRP and Cardano putting those numbers to see a significant drop in dominance. So keep that in mind. Right now, taking away the moving average, we have been simply moving sideways into in this range, and we're holding this band here as support. We have yet to break through it. If, however, say we have the discussion of if Bitcoin rallies, actually does a convincing bounce off the 50-day, um, it brings in a new all-time high, then rest assured that this Bitcoin dominance is going to go up, potentially coming back to or breaking above this level, like we have done so in the past. We've done it 2 weeks ago, but subsequently the week after we drop back down. So we're still kind of in limbo. And the further away we are from the moving average, like say next week we drop even further, the more clear the picture becomes. It becomes okay. The dominance is continuing to drop. We should see it continue. Or if we see a convincing move by Bitcoin of a drop or a rally, resulting in all coins bleeding against Bitcoin, and we see a convincing move to the upside, and then the week after that, another convincing move to the upside in dominance, then again, the picture becomes clearer, just in the manner of that all coins are not going to be rallying at in the short term. It's going to be Bitcoin that's going to be holding the party. But that's pretty much it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.